everyone, welcome back to the Beginner Entrepreneur module. Next, we proceed to the session 3, which is about type of entrepreneurship. Okay class, do you know how many types of entrepreneurship are in general? Let's make the class more fun by providing the answer on the link provided. Have a nice try. Okay, so who got the correct answer? Okay class, actually we have 7 types of entrepreneurship. Okay, let's explore. Private or independent entrepreneurship refers to the entrepreneurial activities of private or independent firms where the entrepreneurship process is most prevalent. The entrepreneurship process begins with identifying a business opportunity, setting up the business entity, growing the business to a higher level, and planning the whole strategy. In this type of entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurial activities carried out by the entrepreneur involve the whole range of decision making. The majority of the small and medium-sized enterprise in this country belong to this type of entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur often start a small business on a limited budget with a bootstrapping strategy that involves conserving money and cutting costs at the startup. So, the entrepreneur can invest every available dollar into his business. The entrepreneur then will grow the business into a stable ongoing business or even grow it into a big business corporation. Corporate entrepreneurship refers to the entrepreneurial activities carried out in a large corporation. Large companies have to continually expand and diversify their entrepreneurial activities by creating new products and services in order to sustain the existence. They also have to intensify research and development in order to develop commercially viable products and services. The introduction of entrepreneurial culture and process can be seen as an effort to instigate renewal or innovation in the organization in order to make it more creative and innovative, to be able to explore research, to take calculated risks, and besides creating a working environment that can tolerate experimentation, uncertainty, risk, and failure. Social entrepreneurship refers to the entrepreneurial activities carried out by the social enterprises, NGOs, and charitable organizations. Basically, these organizations apply entrepreneurial approach to organize, create, and manage a venture to achieve social objective or social return on investment, or we call it as a ROI. The normal process involves recognition of a social problem, especially those that are not addressed by the government or met by the commercial enterprises. The founders set up a team and mobilize resources to organize and offer help. This effort is later developed into a more permanent and sustainable effort with proper business planning that includes organization, marketing, operation, and finance. If you're aware nowadays, which is during the pandemic COVID-19, there are a lot of the social enterprise like the NGO or charitable organization are come out and stand up to help the community who have facing the problem. The public sector is one of the largest sectors in the country. Public sector entrepreneurship refers to the entrepreneurial activities carried out by the government-linked company or state-owned enterprise. The majority of this company were formed as part of the nation privatization program aimed at providing more efficient services to the people. State-owned enterprise such as State Development Corporation are engaged in certain entrepreneurial activities through joint venture, equity participation as well as management buyout. They are also entrusted with the task of entrepreneurship development in their respective states. The Johor FEDC, for example, is a pioneer in developing intrapreneur program where managers are given the opportunity to be entrepreneurial partners with the Johor FEDC in a specific business sectors. Cooperative movement was started by Robert Owen during the Industrial Revolution, where the workers pooled their resources to start a consumers cooperative to achieve common economic goals. In Malaysia, cooperatives are considered as a business entities registered under the Malaysian Cooperative Societies Commission Act. They are supervised by the Malaysian Cooperative Societies Commission, an agency under the Ministry of Domestic Trade, Cooperative and Consumerism. Many of these cooperatives are formed to serve specific economic goals of its members, such as like farmers, fishermen, teachers, any government servant, policemen, soldier, and so on. In the early development of the cooperative movement in Malaysia, many started with offering loans and saving facilities to members. However, many have expanded into other businesses and now have business revenues running into 100 million ringgit. The growth of the internet has opened up new business opportunities and many have grabbed the opportunity to become digital entrepreneur, enabling them to grab the first mover advantage. Actually, setting up an online business is becoming more popular, especially during the pandemic COVID-19 nowadays, due to some of the following reasons. First, the business model can be operated from home, requiring very minimum manpower and also a small inventory. Second, online business have a rapid and wide product recognition with reasonably low advertising and promotional costs compared to considerably high expenditure of mainstream media such as television, radio, and hard printed media. Third, advertising effectiveness, which can be rapidly and directly measured. It will help the entrepreneur to review their business strategy and to take prompt action to implement new strategies as desired by the customer. Fourth is business can be operated without being constrained by time. As an entrepreneur, they can choose either to work part-time or full-time basis. The last one is online business does not require a formal college education. Entrepreneurs can enroll in any online business training offered by various agencies throughout the country on top of loads of free information regarding online business that can be obtained via the internet. Actually, among other benefits of running an online business, it can be concluded that online business is a timeless access, borderless access, cost-saving, improve delivery of product, and also improve customer service via greater flexibility and access. idea on franchise business by looking at famous food franchise businesses such as the McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Pizza Hut, and so on. A franchise businesses consist of the franchisor, who is the original owner, and the franchisee, who is the local owner who will run the franchise. The franchisee must run the business according to the standard operating procedure as outlined by the franchisor. He will have to pay the franchisor franchise fee and a royalty commission based on the monthly sales. On the franchisor's part, we will provide technical help such as like the staff training and also other support, including the advertising and so on. Okay class, that's all. Thank you for listening my lecture.